Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Stefan. This is the White Dog Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. So we are going to be doing some chat questions. We're going to be doing phone readings like we always do on every live show. It's so great to have everybody here. If you're new, please feel free to subscribe. And before we start, I do offer private readings. They're $45. And if you're interested, just connect with me on Instagram or in my email in the video description. Hey, Planty. Hey, Zay. I'm doing good today. How are you guys? It's not quite so hot today. Oh, Planty, I love that question. I'd love to answer it. Planty, it's really great to see you again. I know you stopped in right before I finished streaming a couple days ago. So it's really great to meet you. I'm Stefan. Planty, where are you chatting with us from? I'm here in New York. You've been elevator operator in your building, Zay? That's funny. Well, in New York City, that's like a union job. That pays like $100,000 a year, so okay. And Planty, it's great to meet you. Let's pull some cards about Matt. Planty, where do you live? And what's your name? I mean, if we're gonna be friends, it's only fair that that I know your name too. And Planty, please feel free to subscribe to the show if you aren't. Oh, you're in BC? I love it. I love Canada so much. I've never been out to the West Coast. Um, I did a couple road trips through Canada though. I've been to quite a few provinces. Let me try to impress you. All right. Um, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. Am I missing one more? I think those are the ones I've been to. And Zay, not to relitigate that episode we were pulling on ghosts. Oh, Avani, it's so great to meet you. Avani, I gotta tell you, one of the most harrowing ghost experiences I've ever had in my life was when I was camping in New Brunswick, which is already pretty remote place. It's beautiful there. Hey, Erica, you were just thinking about me? It's probably why I got so warm and fuzzy right before I signed on. Well, now I'm thinking about you too. It's great to see you. You want to hear it? All right. Well, let me ask Avani. And Avani, it's so great to meet you. I'm Stefan. And I'd love to go out to British Columbia. What do you think, Avani? Do you want to hear my New Brunswick ghost story first, or do you want me to pull cards on Matt? On Matt. Erica, how are you today? I feel so honored you were thinking about me. Let's hear the story. Okay, because do love to tell. I got a lot of stories. All right, so I was um I was going on a road trip through Canada with my two friends. one of which I grew up with in New York. He actually lives in Toronto with his wife now. He's been there forever, but we found this really remote campsite in New Brunswick. And for everybody who is not super familiar with Canada, I'm sure Avani knows at least a bit about it. New Brunswick is huge. You guys should you can Google it. It is so remote. Like am I correct on that, Avani? Very low population for how big it is. It's really beautiful. But okay. So we found this really remote campsite, myself and my two friends, and there was nobody around. Like there was nobody around. And we set up our tents. We had two separate tents. It had to be about it was probably 12:30 at night or 1 o'clock in the morning. And my buddy, well, I guess if I'm talking about a Canada story, my buddy and his wife were in one tent, and I was in another tent right next to theirs. And we were just kind of talking through the tents. My heart is racing. My heart's racing already. So scary. Just all of a sudden, in a moment of quietness, we just heard this, it was a woman. I'm trying to think of the right describing words. Okay. It was like a ghastly moan, like a ghastly wail right outside our tent. It was so scary. It was kind of like a shriek, but low pitched. It was just this moan, and it was so scary. I would try to recreate it. Think of an old woman who's it was sorrowful. It was fucking terrifying. And it was right outside the tent, and my friends heard it. I was so scared. It was a long time ago. It was this ghastly moan. And then I heard two footsteps, and then that was it. I was terrified. It was so scary. So yeah, I have a lot of ghost stories, but my friends heard it too. And it lives, and I'm 37. I had to have been 24, and we all remember it very very vividly. It was really scary. And it's always scarier when you're in the woods in a tent. So anyway, all right, Erica, can you give me Erica, I need a hug after that story. You're at an interview? Okay, everybody, let's hug Erica. Erica, don't be nervous. No nervous. I want you to walk in like you have the job. What are you nervous about? Okay, Erica, before I was a tarot reader, which has not been for very long, I spent 15 years in corporate sales, corporate management technology. So I'm very good at getting jobs, especially when people don't know I have tattoos and I'm all cleaned up with a suit on. Erica, this is what I want you, write this down, okay? 1, you're interviewing them too. Remember that. You be confident, eye contact, and don't lie. Be open. In some ways, you want to be vulnerable. Erica, when they, at the end of this interview, they're going to say, do you have any questions? Okay? Write this down, Erica. It's going to make you look so good. You're going to write this down. Erica, when they say, do you have any questions? You pause and you go, you know, I actually do have a question. And here's the question, write it down. And you can always rewind this. You say, if you hired me today, in a year's time, how would you know that I was the right fit? Boom. If you hired me today, in a year's time, how would you know that I was the right fit? You know what you're doing? You're making them imagine you in the job. You're also expressing that you plan to be here long term. And you're asking them and making them think what they even are looking for. It's kind of like, some ways, what we want to do with relationships. And it's okay to express, if this is new, things that you're not sure, that you haven't learned yet. But what you need to do is express the things that you know you're exceptional at and how it translates to the job you're applying for, if that makes sense, okay? Because not every job is the same, and you have to express that too. Listen, I understand that this is a new position that I'm applying for, but I know that the experience I have in my former positions is going to allow me to have a lot of success with this job. Don't be nervous. You know what? It's okay to have nerves. Go in there like you don't need the job. And I'm not talking about in like a shitty way. You go in there confident, look relaxed, take your time with the questions, okay? And just remember, it's just a job. It's just a job, okay? Your value lies outside of whether or not you get this job, okay? So remember that. And know that if it's meant for you, you'll get it. But be true to yourself. Speak from your heart. Be intentional the way you speak. Take your time. Try not to use the word and I shouldn't have even put that in your head. Also, express or ask them questions. Say, you know, what's the average amount of time most of your employees have been with your company? That's a good question too. And it kind of puts them on the spot. Because if they have a company where they have a really high turnover rate, also, any research you can do to show that you've done your research on the company shows that you're committed to working for them. Like, you know, I saw that your company employs 150 people. How, like, you know, you want to look knowledgeable. Yes, sorry. Yes, Avani, we can do your question. I get very passionate about, well, everything. Thank you, Avani. Thanks for bringing me back in. You know, I get very sidetracked. Well, Zay does. Hey, Candy, Cactus, Cat Jules. Great name. You got this, Erica, and I want you to come back and tell me after. And I'm not going to pull cards on you to tell you if you got the job. You have this. You got this. Just think about something you've been more scared about in your life or more nervous about. And I want you to compare it to this. This is nothing. This is nothing. Eye contact. I sounded like such a boomer when I said that. Okay, all right, Avani. Yeah, if you guys ever need help with that, I'm really good with that stuff. I used, you know, I don't, well, Zay knows. I don't talk about it as much, but guys, before I left like the industry I was in November, which was very recently, I was making like $130,000 a year. I was miserable. You know, I was like in the corporate world And I was crazy enough to decide that I needed to do this for free to help other people. Um, but yeah, I've always been really good with interviews with people. It's always something I'm good at. And believe it or not, it actually helped with this. So, I mean, because I'm crazy enough to put my face in front of millions of people. Well, not millions. I don't have that many subscribers, but all right, Avani, let's pull some cards for you, hon. Good luck, Erica. You got this. Firm handshake. Just remember the questions that I gave to you to ask them, okay? It's going to make you look really good. They won't expect it because nobody asks those questions. Also, all right, and then we're going to pull cards, Avani. One more piece of advice. You say, listen, I'm more career focused than job focused. My intention is to be with a company long term and grow. How do you guys support internal growth in your company to give younger people opportunities? How often do you promote from within the company? All right. Hey, Marita. All right, Avani, let's see what's going on with Matt. And Avani, I'm operating under the pretense that Matt is just an upstanding young gentleman who treats you well and is respectful. Because I only like pulling cards on people who are right for us, not wrong for us. All right, Avani, thanks for your patience. I have ADHD. Hey, Avani, we've all messed up interviews, but it comes from confidence. You're interviewing them. You don't have to take the job. All right, Marita. All right, Avani, you still with me? Let's see what's going on with Matt. Hey, Marie. All right, my new friend Avani, who's got such an awesome name, out in British Columbia. What does Matt? I just want to see how you worded it. What does Matt find attractive about you? I like that question. It's fun. Are you sitting in the office, Erica? If you're waiting in the office to interview, I want you, as much as I want you to stay on with us, put the goddamn YouTube app away and prepare. Okay? Okay, stop looking at me. I appreciate that you want to look at me, even though I'm not much for the eyes. Put the YouTube app away. Prepare yourself. Do research on the company. Practice what you're going to say. Write it down. I'm serious. Stop watching me. Stop watching tarot right now. Focus. Take a couple deep breaths. Center yourself. Be in the zone, girl. Get off YouTube right now. We love you. Good luck. I want you to look up the company and look up at least one or two things about the company that you can share with them. And then I want you to write down the things that I said. Hopefully you brought a pen and paper with you or a notebook. When you write it down, you'll remember it. Say it to yourself over and over again. If you hired me today, in a year's time, how would you know that I was the right fit? Love you. Good luck. All right, Avani, let's see what's going on. Candy, I'd be happy to pull cards for you next. Marie, how are you? Getting some new faces. Where are you guys chatting with us from? I'm Stefan, for everybody new. I'm here in New York. Thanks for finding my weird show. All right, Avani. What is Matt like about Avani? Hmm. Oh, wow. How long have you been dating this guy? All right, Avani. How long have you been dating this guy? Such beautiful. This guy's seeing stars, girl. All right. One, he finds you to be extremely grounded. He thinks you're honest. He feels like you're very generous with your time and your money, whether you have a lot or a little. You're not dating yet. Okay. He thinks you're authentic. He thinks you have a very warm energy to you. Like he thinks that you're not fake. Like you're very authentic, being your true self. And you don't think about how doing so is going to make you look a certain way, which is chef's kiss, my friend. I love that for you. Um, he thinks that you're somebody a lot different than who he usually dates or is attracted to. He thinks you're sexy as hell too. He sees you as like very loving, nurturing. He sees you as somebody who would be an exceptional parent. And he thinks that you have the drive to be very successful. Now, with that said, I have no idea who this guy is. Okay? This is in no way a reflection of like his character, who he is, his morals. This is how he sees you. So, very good. Listen, I've made a lot of mistakes with dating, as many people know already. Don't rush it. It is so important for you to develop a friendship with this guy before you start sleeping with him, okay? Because looks fade for most of us. All right? A lot of times we're attracted to how they look. Maybe they dress a certain way. Guys, if your intention is really to have something long term with somebody, it is so important that you start to see them first as a friend. You have to appreciate who they are. Because, guys, it's amazing how many people we date, and after like a couple years, it's like we don't even like spending time with this person. And just know that everybody's going to have differences. Nobody's exactly the same. So never sacrifice who you are, what you believe, and never hold back how you're feeling about things. It's also extremely important to make your intentions known for what you're looking for. Okay? If we're afraid to speak up about something, is that really somebody we want to be with? That we think that just being like authentic is going to somehow ruin the relationship? That's not good. Okay? And if somebody can't handle like you being open, as long as you're not being toxic or like coming from like a wounded place, that person probably shouldn't be with us. So keep getting to know him and don't be afraid to say, hey, listen, this is really what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a long-term connection with somebody. These are some of the things that I really value in a relationship. These are my core values. And the person doesn't have to have the same core values as you. It's nice to know that they know what theirs are, because you'd be surprised how many people, you're 20? Okay. Well, you've got a pretty good head start, Avani. I don't want to even put this out there, but just by the numbers, there's a fair chance that a 20-year-old guy might not have the capacity yet to digest questions like that. So be careful, okay? We change a lot from the time we're 20. I mean, I'm 37. I was a fucking disaster when I was 20. I couldn't give advice to anybody. I was out of control. I think when I was 20 years old, probably 7 months out of a 12-month calendar, I spent with no shirt and no shoes surfing and just being reckless. Okay? That was not a good time. Well, it was a fun time period, but I was not accountable in any way to who I was. So we change a lot, and you're going to change a lot too. We never stop changing. So just be aware. I'm not telling you not to date, because dating is fun. It helps us learn about who we are and what we want. Just be, I'm going to say, just be careful. All right? Of course, use your judgment and just be confident and know what your value is. Just always, because you never need to sacrifice like being respected in a relationship, regardless of how old we are. So we'll leave it at that. I love kind and compassionate. I like Matt. All right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you whether or not he is a soulmate, but what I can tell you is keep getting to know him, because it's really tough to know somebody after a month or two. It takes a long time to get to know somebody and feel comfortable with them. So, okay. Hey, Diamond Tart. Okay, Candy, you still with us? Thanks for your patience. Hey, Daniel. Okay, thanks for your patience, Candy. It's great to meet you. Thanks for finding my show. And guys, for everybody new, this is my whole show. I started this show like in February. I just wanted to do something different than every other, like really all the other shows I see on YouTube about tarot. I really don't enjoy doing general readings. I think they tend to confuse us. I'm just not convinced that they're really helpful all the time. And tarot's so personal. I started this show really with the intention of helping other people. Not to like profit or exploit off people's like pain. So this is my whole show. I do free readings on the phone. So if anyone ever wants to come on my show for a free phone reading, it's listed right here. All you have to do is message me on Instagram, the White Dog Tarot. I can call you right through the Instagram app. And I also do chat questions. I can't always promise that I'm going to answer some of the questions. Some questions I don't think are chat questions. And some things I just think are kind of unethical to pull cards on. That's just my own personal convictions. But my intention really is to help people. It's for us to all help each other. We all really go through the same shit if we think about it. It doesn't matter where we are, just on different timelines. So, and all I can ever do is speak from my own personal experiences of pain and trauma and personal growth. So, Candy, where are you chatting with us from? Diamond Tart, how are you? And guys, please subscribe if you're new. And because my show is always free, please donate if you can. It really means a lot to me. It's what keeps my show going. As I just told Avani, left my corporate suit and tie grind to do this for free because that's what I felt called to do. So your donations really keep my show going. There's a couple ways to donate. They're listed below, and I have links in my video descriptions. If you're kind enough to donate, and if you do, I will always prioritize putting your chat question first as just a thank you. So you're doing amazing. I love amazing. You know, whenever someone tells me that they're doing amazing, it actually makes me feel better. So thank you. I'm doing amazing too now. Of course, Zay. All right, Candy, what's your question? Wait, I think you asked me. How does DS feel towards you? Okay. Well, let's find out. Candy, where are you chatting with us from? What deck should I use? Use this one. Sure, Daniel. We got a bit of a line here. I'm in front of you. So, Marita, what do you want me to pull cards on you for? We just pulled cards for you. What could you possibly need cards pulled on? I love you. We pulled cards like a few days ago about your month. What else is there to pull cards on right now? You're in Estonia? Wow. That I think you're our first White Dog Collective member from Estonia. So great to have you. Well, Candy Cat Jules, with a name like that, Estonia is very lucky to have you. And it's great to meet you. Um, what's up with DS? Can you give me a little bit? Um, is there anything I need to know about your situation? That always helps me. Okay, have you guys met yet? I'm guessing no if he's your online friend. Okay. Hey, do you mind telling me your name? Sometimes it helps me grab onto something. And I'm Stefan, by the way. Julia. Yeah, Candy Cat Jules. That didn't feel like a traditional Estonian name. Julia, it's so great to meet you. That's a really nice name. Okay. Julia. Spirit, what can we tell Julia? Julia, I'm gonna do a couple quick things. I'm gonna see um how he's feeling about you. Oh, thanks, Marita. That's really kind to you. I appreciate that you like the energy I bring. I think my friend told me that I have big dog energy. Okay. Julia, let's see how he's feeling, and I want to just do a little digging on this guy for you. Make sure he's not like this isn't like a to catch a predator situation. You know, just to protect you. All right, how does DS? Okay. What are his real intentions? Okay, cute. Hmm. Okay, love it. Well, we're gonna keep going. It looks good though. How he's feeling about you is, I feel like it almost feels like he feels like he caught a break meeting you. Like, I'm not saying he's spiritual, but like he feels very fortunate that he met you, and this is how he's feeling. How pretty is this card, by the way, guys? This is the Sun card in that ancient Italian tarot deck. What I like about it is there's two people on it. So um, he's feeling really optimistic about whatever you two have so far. It makes him really happy speaking with you. He thinks about being with you a lot. Um, he has a lot of really like loving feelings, and it brings out like a really warm side of him. Um, his intentions are to, so I like his intentions. This is why. Like, I just want to let you know, and this goes for everybody. If we're talking about somebody brand new that we've just started like talking to, maybe or maybe not, we've met them before, we don't want to see that somebody's thinking about marrying you already. That's kind of a red flag. If and think about it. So I want to see good, positive energy that's grounded in more of like a curiosity, like that's not totally like rose-colored glasses. And that's what I'm seeing. His intentions are to try and build something stable with you, like real. Ace of Pentacles is something new, with an element of like long-term vision. So it looks good. He's a bit nervous, of course. It's kind of cute. Of course he's going to be nervous. He does get in his head. He thinks about you a lot. It makes him nervous. But this guy, he has what it takes to overcome it with the strength card. He gets nervous, but this guy has a lot of willpower and strength. So this guy's not like a slave to his thoughts. So it looks really beautiful. I like it. Um, I'm just gonna pull one or two super quick cards, Julia, on him to see if I can get any read on who he is as a person. What's his name? Dewan? Did I say that right? Dewan? Is he Estonian? I gotta be honest. My my knowledge on anything Estonia is a little shaky. Okay. Is that by Macedonia? I have a couple really close friends who are Macedonian. He's American. Okay. And he's in Estonia? Wow. What's he doing out there? Does this, does this guy live in Estonia? Hey, Phoenix. Good to see you. Been a while. Thanks for popping in. So he doesn't live in Estonia. Does this guy live in America? You're crazy. I mean, I love crazy. You're my type of crazy. But Damn. And I thought living an hour and a half away from my girlfriend was tough. All right. I'm going to pull a couple quick cards. Okay, Julia, all I'm going to say, and I love everything that feels like it could be a 90s romantic love story movie, okay? I love it. I love it. I'm just going to say this, and I'm not pointing you in any direction. All I'm going to tell you is try to stay a little bit grounded and realistic about what could come of this. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's important for you to stay grounded. I know it's fun to talk to him. He can just be a friend, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, okay? This guy lives in America. Try to keep your feet planted. About what this could actually be. And I'm not telling you that it can't be anything. I would never tell you that. But you know what I mean, okay? So I'm going to share this with you real quick. And it's not so much a cautionary tale, Julia, but it certainly made me learn something about myself, okay? So it's similar but different. I met a woman online on a dating app who lived close to me, but she had just left to travel across the United States. Like she went on a cross-country trip by herself for like 2.5 months. And we talked every day. We FaceTimed. And after about 1.5 months, I was convinced that I was in love with her. And she was too. She's a very good person. She's a sweet person. But by the time she got back, we were already dating. We thought we loved each other. She came back. We had absolutely amazing sex. We dated for about 1.5 months. So a little bit less than the time we spent speaking to each other. And you know what we realized? We were not compatible. Despite how much I really cared about her, and that her and I could literally talk on the phone for 2 hours straight. Every night. She was a great person, but things are always going to be different when you're with somebody, despite what we may or may not want to think. It's just a truth. It's a reality. So, with that being said, I just want you to be aware of that, because relationships are always going to be different when you're actually spending time with somebody every day or every other day than online or by phone. So it definitely taught me a lot. And it taught me that maybe I jumped the gun a little bit on telling someone I love them, because in hindsight, that probably was not real love. It was more just like an excitement. And it probably went back to some older wounds that I had yet to resolve. So with that said, just keep that in mind. Hey, Mayu, great to see you. All right, Julia, let's see. Let's see what's going on with Dewan. Ooh. Okay. Very quickly, Julia, then we're going to move on to the next, because I spent a lot of time with you. I like this guy. This guy doesn't seem like a scumbag, whatever that's worth. He's very clear-headed. He speaks truth. He's upfront about the things he says. He doesn't hold back. He has a big friend circle. He has a lot of close friends. He's very good at letting go and kind of surrendering. Sometimes he puts himself a little bit in stuck energy, but it's not in like a detrimental way. And he's very grounded, and I think he does want to have a family at some point. He's very, very big-hearted, very nurturing, kind of has like this kind of like homebody, like motherly energy. And he's trustworthy. So, I can confidently say that if you ever visited him, you're not going to end up on a missing poster. And Julia, it's so great to meet you. Thanks so much for finding the show. Please feel free to subscribe. And if anybody would like a private reading off air, I do offer that. Okay. Mayu, it's so good to see you. It's been a while. Okay. I don't know who's next. We've got a lot of people that are showing up here. Let's see. And guys, I'm sorry, I do my best to get to everybody. I have an imperfect system. If you're waiting and you want me to move you to the front of the line, any donation, whether it's $2 or more, it's always really appreciated, and I'll always prioritize you to the front of the list, just as a thank you, because I do this show for free, and your donations are really what keep my show going. I mean, I do charge for private readings, but yeah, your donations mean everything to me. So there's a couple ways to donate. I have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. At some point very soon, I will have hit the, I guess, the threshold that YouTube sets for hours watched, where you'll be able to donate right into the YouTube show, like some of the bigger shows, because my show's pretty small. So, and Zay, thank you so much for the donation. You are the best. Hey, her son, long time no see, dude. Okay. All right, Zay, we're going to do your question next. And Julia, I hope that was helpful. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Zay, why does he feel guilty? Tells you that he can't express to me why, but I don't know how to address it because I'm... Is this new, Zay, that he's feeling guilty? Mayu, of course you can get a reading. Oh, okay, Phoenix, you're next. I am gonna do Zay slash Stego Lego because she donated. So I do try to prioritize donation questions. And again, if anybody ever wants a free reading on the show, a phone reading, I mean, guys, that's really why I started this show. I mean, it's crazy to me that in 2025 I was able to do something new on YouTube. It's crazy to me no one has free phone readings or any sort of phone readings on their live show. And that's really where we can get the most information, and it's always easiest for me to connect when I have a caller. So if anybody wants a phone reading, I do prioritize those as well. All you have to do is message me on Instagram during the show. It's listed below, the White Dog Tarot. I call you right through the Instagram app. So And if you just want to stay in touch with me. So, all right, Zay. So he's just telling you that he feels guilty, and that's it? That's kind of weird. Zay, I'm actually picking up something before I even pull cards. I don't think it's anything you have to worry about. You know what's probably hitting him? I think he's feeling I think he's just up in his feelings. I think his guilt is partially because of everything that's happened so far. Now he realizes how much he really likes you now that he's gotten to see you. And he's probably feeling a little anxious because he can't be with you. You asked why, but either he's confused himself or okay. So this is what I would express to him, and we're gonna pull cards. It's again just being straightforward and do it on the phone with him. If he says it again, are you feeling guilty about something that you did to me, or that you feel like you did to me, or are you feeling anxious because of our situation now and we can't be together? Try to clarify, because he might not really understand how he's feeling fully. And something that I learned is that it's, sometimes I wouldn't even say it intentionally. You say, oh, you don't feel guilty. You don't want to dismiss how people feel. It's important to acknowledge the way they feel and ask why, where it's coming from. So yeah, he's probably just missing you. It's probably not so much guilt. He's probably like just feeling the love and missing you terribly. And I would expect that this is somebody who says that he feels guilty rather than just being like, I fucking miss you so much. It probably shows up as guilt for him. So, all right. Zay, I'm almost positive what it is, but just ask if it's about something. You heard what I just said. I don't need to repeat it. How's Damn, a lot just came out. Why is Jetta feeling guilty? Spirit. Erica! Back from her interview. Zay, let's pull some cards. They never got you from the lobby? Did you go check in at the desk? What company, by the way, Erica? All right, Zay, what's going on with Jetta? Why is he feeling guilty? Hmm. Ah. Okay, Zay. And again, I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. Okay? Well, I don't have to tell you that, but that's for everybody, all right, guys? What I say should never trump how you actually feel or what you're intuitively feeling or what you're being told. Obviously, you want to use discretion and discernment with people, but his guilt is coming from one. He really wants to be with you. Like, he is extremely passionate about you. He wants to come towards you. His guilt comes from him having to juggle a lot right now. Like, being away from you, having a lot on his plate. He's also, and you know what? I have to say, this should actually make you feel good in some weird way if this ends up being the truth. And I bet he might not express this to you because he would maybe perceive it as something that would be hurtful to you. I don't think it would, because it shows a level of compassion. I think there's a small part of him, and he might not even be registering it as such. He might be feeling a little bit of guilt, Zay. He's super clear on how he feels about you. I think a little bit of the guilt underlying may come from the situation that he's put himself in and put you and his girlfriend in, which shows a level of self-awareness, which I'm a really big fan of. Stefan loves self-aware people who understand how their actions affect others. It's a lesson that we constantly all need to work on. And it can be very difficult in relationships. That's a little bit of the guilt. Like, I hate to use the expression, like, him kind of making a bed that, or digging a, I don't want to say digging a hole for himself. You know what I mean? I think there's a recognition that this could have gone a lot differently or smoother for him had he stepped up sooner. But he knows, like, what this is. He knows who you are. This is beautiful. I think, you know what, Zay? He's just going through it. Like, I think he's finally able to check in with himself in a real way, because you know that he used to not be able to do that emotionally about how he's feeling about things. He is now, and it's hitting him a lot. His feelings for you, him wanting to come towards you, the fact that right now you guys both know it's not really possible. I mean, anything's always possible, but there's things that he has to deal with, both like practically, and some old feelings are coming up. He's feeling a little guilty probably about how he went about this with you, with the asterisk of how much he wants to be with you now. There's probably a little bit of guilt potentially about the situation he's put himself in with, like, his ex not being direct with her. I think this is just like a big wound that he's having to recognize and deal with. And this guy's all up in his feelings. And he's feeling a little guilty that he can't get to this point with you yet. So Erica, so what's happening? You still interviewing? Did they cancel your interview? Zay, that was super specific, as it always is with you. But Zay, do you remember what we've done? I mean, you and I talk all the time off air. You're a lot more grounded in your feelings than he is. And that's not a knock on him. You just are. I mean, frankly, I have a hard time thinking about any other person I've ever met that's your age that I would feel more so than you. So, but it's up. Listen, again, you're not his therapist, which you know, which you've been tried to turn it, which people have tried to turn you into. But it's okay in a partnership like that to ask the questions. If he's feeling guilty, say, you know, that's okay. Do you think it has something to do with you feeling guilty about something that's happened with us? Are you feeling guilty about the, and you don't want to lead him, but you want to ask direct questions to try to make him understand where it's coming from. That's great. That's great. I know you do. And to me, That's just you being a good girlfriend. Cancerian, it's so nice to meet you. I think you're new here. I'm Stefan. I'll try to remain unbiased. I'm actually a Cancer sun. Well, I'm actually a triple water sign. For anybody who didn't know that and can wrap their head around that, I'm a Cancer sun, double Scorpio moon and rising. So yes, a lot of watery energy. So, well, it's great to meet you. Where are you chatting with us from? And Phoenix, I think you're next. Oh, Phoenix, thank you so much. Zay, can we give Phoenix a shout out? Thank you so much for actually trying to keep a list. That's actually really nice of you. I really appreciate that. Phoenix, all right, don't hate me. I know you've told me your name. Is it 3 letters? Is your real name 3 letters? You're being very helpful, and it's so appreciated. I know I've asked you your name a couple times. Can you tell me if I will remember it this time. I feel terrible that I forgot it. If I did ask you. Okay. I'm sorry. I do my best. I won't forget it this time. T. Okay, T. And Cancerian, it's great to meet you. And yes, you can absolutely be added to the list. And I just want to say very quickly to everybody again, while we're before we do a reading from my friend T slash Phoenix. I do offer private readings. I try to be very reasonable. My private readings are only $45. We can FaceTime off air. My intention is always first and foremost to genuinely try and help other people, not to make money or like try to exploit off of people's like hard times. So if anybody is interested, they're usually about an hour. I don't really have a time limit. We just kind of pull cards till we feel like we're where we want to be. You can email me the white dog tarot at Gmail. It's in my video description. Or you can just message me on Instagram to set that up. And if anybody ever wants to come on the show for a free phone reading, just message me on Instagram during my live show and I can call you right through the app. So, T, pick a deck 1 through 6. And then, what's your question, my friend? Okay. And I don't, Mayu, are you still in the chat? I don't think her son probably is not, I imagine, but I could be wrong. Mayu, her son, if you're not in the chat, then I think we'll condense the list. Erica, so what, I'm sorry if I missed what you said. Do you know you don't have your interview anymore? They booted you? What can you expect over the weekend? T, let's just see what comes out. I don't know if I'm like a firm believer in trying to like intentionally set for a weekend because time is so, I guess, abstract, especially when it comes to tarot. I mean, time is not linear; it's cyclical. Let's just see what you need to know. And we probably shouldn't pull cards on if your boss is hiding something from you. Sometimes that can get a little murky. One, it might not end up being helpful. And two, I don't want to open up a door that I can't open that has nothing to do with you. So that might not be helpful. Guys, I really believe that tarot should be used to help us like enrich our lives and help us find the best version of ourselves so we can truly be happy. I am starting to develop hesitations and doubts about using it to find out like if somebody's spying on us, or if somebody's shitty that we have no business having a relationship with or a friendship with, like is trying to hurt us. Sometimes it comes out. But guys, just to remember, and this is not a Stefan quote, like this is a quote from somebody who wrote an absolutely tremendous tarot book, like 50 years ago. There's a misconception that tarot can't be used for bad things. It's only as good as the reader. Okay? And I know that's kind of like a fortune cookie like generalization, but it's true, okay? And you guys have to remember that too and use your own discretion about if something's truly going to be helpful. Because one thing I will not do ever, ever, is try to create any sort of environment when I'm pulling cards that's leaving you like paranoid, fearful, afraid. That is so not helpful, and it really separates us from our higher consciousness and higher selves when we're in any sort of energy of like fear, paranoia. It's the opposite of enlightenment. It's the opposite of, I think, what we all really want, which is to be happy. So that's enough sentimental bullshit. I just feel very strongly about it. And I don't think I'm alone. I mean, I used to watch a lot of tarot shows. It's hard for me to recall if I've ever heard another reader say it. Doesn't mean that they don't think it, but I just have really strong personal opinions about stuff like that, and a lot of them are rooted in having to experience them. You know, I mean, guys, have you ever been feeling good or confident about someone or something, like trusting how you feel, and then you watch like a general reading that may or may not have anything to do with you, and then suddenly you're doubting how you feel, or suddenly you think someone's cheating on you? That's not good. That's the energy I'm talking about. We have all the answers already within us. That's one of the first things I read in one of the books. Tarot's a tool to help us unlock better parts of ourselves, but we have all the answers already. So, all right. Sorry, T. T, where are you chatting with us from? Are you in New Jersey? That's definitely not right. Okay. Thanks for your patience. East Coast? Cool. Me too. Ooh. Should I take? Hmm. What is this about? What is this about? T. Sorry, I just pulled cards. This does not feel like a chat question. I'm really bad at chat questions because I get so involved I have so many questions for you right now. I wish I had you on the phone. Here's the first question, because this is kind of interesting. Why did you feel and ask me about your manager? Why? Interesting. Can you elaborate? I mean, I'm always with you on picking up vibes. I mean, truthfully, that's why I can't live in New York City. It's a dangerous place for an empath to be. But is there anything specific other than you just getting a weird feeling? Like this girl and this for her manager have been trying to. Okay. Okay. Again, I can't possibly understand the depth of what you're going through by just meeting you and getting a couple things in chat. One, I'm proud of you. If you feel like somebody is doing something wrong at work, you did the right thing by going to your boss and talking about it, as long as you're doing it like maturely. And I'm not saying you're not. I don't know who this is, but I don't even have reversals in my deck, but this card flew out in reverse, so I feel like a sense of obligation to take it. I got the King of Swords in reverse with the Four of Pentacles. This is not a good person. This is somebody super manipulative, somebody who's lies. This can be kind of like a narcissistic energy. This is somebody who doesn't really value ethics. And with the Four of Coins, it feels like they're holding something back. Could be money. Something weird's happening with this person. Okay. However, I'm getting some completely different energies now. One, stay in your heart space. Okay. Stay in your heart space. Continue to communicate through your heart space. And with the intention, like through love. And I'm not, you know what I mean by that. Be compassionate. Don't lower your vibration with this person. It'll work out, okay? The way that you carry yourself will create good karma and things will go in your favor. Okay? Um, T, are you dating somebody? It's okay. Listen, it will work out. It will work out. There's a guy you're separated from. Um, hey Helga. Why? Sorry, Phoenix. Listen, I mean, I'm not a psychic. I always just want to put that little asterisk. I keep getting blue eyes for someone. Blue eyes. I don't know why. Um, okay. Is this somebody new? Does this guy have fire placements? I usually don't go there. I'm not really a big proponent of, because it really doesn't matter. He does. Okay. It's just okay. All right. It was literally screaming at me and trying to like shake like literally like shake me. I mean, Zay knows. A lot of people who watch me know. I will very rarely bring up if I think somebody's a sign. Very rarely, because I don't really. We all have all the elements within us. You know, I mean, I'm a triple water sign. I identify with the King of Wands very frequently. With that said, this is so clear that this guy's got fire placements. This guy's got it bad for you. That's probably why you're thinking about him. Um, I'm a little concerned. I'm getting kind of some mixed energy. This guy kind of has like player energy. Not necessarily. He kind of has like this in and out energy. Like he doesn't strike me as very reliable. Um, I mean, damn, he definitely threw it down though. And you know what I mean. That's probably why you keep thinking about him. You guys definitely had a lot of good sex. Um, this guy's this guy is literally like beads of sweat off his brow thinking about you. He's also, I mean, he also sees a family with you. And T, I just want to let you know, because I don't really know the situation with him. I have concerns about telling you this because what I don't want to do is lead you back to some asshole who is immature, like doesn't appreciate you, has hurt you, has lied to you. And I'm not saying he has. My intention is not to lead you backwards or have you sit around and waiting for somebody that you have no business being with. But it's coming out very strongly. He's also not showing as very mature. Um, does he have a tattoo? What else is going on here? Yeah, he does. He does, T. Okay, I don't know why I got that. He does, but guys, please try to be objective about things. Somebody who, again, I'm just as an example, somebody who has shown themselves to be unreliable, maybe, and I'm not talking about him, but like as an example, if there's somebody in your life who has shown themselves to be like unreliable, in and out, like maybe has lied to you, um, somebody who's like doesn't really respect you, that person can very well see a family with you too. Does that mean that you should that you should have a family with them? No. To be able to think about a scenario and envision having a family with somebody and not having the capacity or like the maturity to actually knows what that entails are two different things. So just keep that in mind, okay? Um what's the advice for her right now? Okay. Mm. T, I feel like this guy really. This took a lot out of you, this relationship. Whatever it was, however it ended, it took a lot out of you. I want you to remember that, okay? Because he probably will show back up. I want you to, again, be real with yourself. And I'm not trying to lead you somewhere, okay? It's for you to only know for yourself. I want you to really be real with yourself and not put the highlight reel together of all the best moments with this fucking guy. Like, I always make a really bad joke that even the worst movies look really good when you watch like a 3-minute trailer, okay, that we put together. I want you to, it's okay to remember the good things, but I want you to remember everything. Like, remember the things that broke you guys up, how it felt, how he showed up for you. Because the advice to me is you've done a lot of healing, which the universe wants to reward you for. But the advice is there might be something better. Like, you're showing up as the Empress, and she's not looking at this guy. And the advice is to not be indecisive about what you want. Yes, it's going to make you feel trapped. If you stay indecisive about what you want, and that goes for like what you want to manifest, it's going to make you feel trapped. You can't try it and pretend that you're looking forward, and then a secret part of you wants this guy to show back up, even though you know he's not right for you. I know that's a tough pill to swallow, and I've been there. I mean, if somebody's hurt us, a part of us, it feels good to know that, like, they feel bad. Only you know if this guy's good for you or not. So be clear with yourself about what you want, if this is really what you want, and he'll come to you. He's definitely going to come to you. Make sure he's coming right, though, and he's not just coming in to get laid, because I'm a little worried for you. I just really don't want to see you get hurt again. Okay. Interesting. I think we need to end it there, because I'm sorry, I got really sucked into this. I will say, by you doing that, having boundaries, not just accepting whatever happens when he comes back, you're actually going to make this guy fucking level up to a king. But only if you stand on business. Let him know what was not okay, what wasn't working for you. Being clear about what you deserve with someone and how you deserve to be treated. That's how you're going to get this guy to level up. But if you accept like bullshit from him, he's going to think that that's all he has to give you. So this is like very complex here. And don't worry about work, okay? Don't worry about work. It'll resolve itself by you just doing the right thing. I'm a little worried about you though with this guy. I just really want you to do the right thing for yourself. And you don't owe him anything, okay? I don't know what happened with him. You owe yourself, like, the opportunity to be happy, whether that's with him or without him. We help other people be the best versions of themselves when we do right by ourselves. And a lot of us, it takes a really long time to know what that is. Took me to the age of 36 to figure it out. And I kept wondering why I kept attracting the wrong people. So be clear about what you want. And I'm not telling you to like totally brush this guy off unless you feel like it's warranted. Because I don't really know what he did to you or how you guys ended things. But, guys, I gotta be honest. I'm not a huge fan of going back to exes. I mean, it's one thing if it's been years and people really go through individual growth. I mean, think about it. Does that, I mean, do you guys have any stories of, can you think of anybody in your life that's broke up with an ex and then like on and off or gotten back with them shortly after and they've stayed together and truly had like a happy, healthy relationship? I'm not saying that it can't happen, but guys, be realistic. I know that we want to hold on to people and like, don't put people on a pedestal. You have to put yourself on a pedestal. You know, when things get tough with someone, like real love is not bailing. Is someone not bailing on you when shit gets difficult? It's working through it with you. Like, that's how you build a real fucking solid, excuse my language, like a real lasting, solid foundation with somebody that doesn't have cracks in it. And if somebody doesn't really know how to do that, or you don't know how to do that, it's going to be really difficult. And pretending that everything's going to magically change just because you haven't been with them for a couple months is unrealistic, and you're setting yourself up for a lot more pain. And this is, these are all lessons I've had to learn. Took me a really long time. I was like, truly, for most of my life, I was addicted to like broken, avoidant, emotionally unavailable, beautiful women. It took me a long time to realize that. Faria Edits. I definitely didn't say your name right. Fairy Edits? Oh, thank you. It's great to meet you. Thanks for showing up and saying something thoughtful. I'm Stefan, by the way. I think you're new here. It's great to meet you. Where are you chatting with us from, Fairy? I'm in New York. Phoenix, listen. Guys, this goes for everybody. I'm not helping anybody. Like, if I'm just gonna placate you, okay? Like, my intention is really to help people. Like, have happy lives, have good relationships. And I'm not a psychotherapist. I mean, I try not to play armchair psychologist too much. I've just learned a lot of really tough lessons in my life. And I'd like to think that I finally stopped repeating some of them. You know, I'm here to try and genuinely help you from like a place grounded in reality. You know, not to promise everybody that you're going to find love and win $1 million on every show, like through a bullshit general reading. We have to be realistic about what we want and how things are. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I mean, Zanos, I'm genuinely shocked that I haven't lost all my subscribers talking about myself. But I'm always going to be open about what I've been through, at my own peril, of course, and try to give advice rooted in that. And we're all here to push each other, you know? Jasmine, so lovely to meet you. Hersan, I haven't talked to you in so long, man. Guys, Hersan was one of my first live phone readings on my show ever. my very new show that I've only had for a couple months. A lot always happens, my friend. Some good, such is life. Some good, me too. That's that's life. You know, just because we have a bad day doesn't mean we have a bad life. Helga, I think you're up next. I don't know if Cancerian's still here. They've been waiting for a while too. Guys, if you've been here for a while and you're waiting, just let me know in the chat. Some of the things I said happened. Good. Well, not good. I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not. Hey, Daniel. Well, Herson, you still have time, man. I mean, it's not even we're not even halfway through the summer. Not everything, is immediate. It can take months for things to start coming together. A lot of it starts with us though, but we know that already. So you met the guy? Good. I'm happy for you. Hey, I told you you'd meet somebody. I told you. And I bet you love him now. You probably don't even think about the other guy that much. Okay. I think that's applicable. Wouldn't you guys say? I told Herson, my young good friend in Florida, that he was going to meet a guy at a beach. It did have the word beach in the name, so I'll take it. I was pretty explicit about that too. See? Daniel, what do you want to pull cards on? Nothing came about it. It was more like physical than love, but it was really just me not wanting anything because of the other guy. Dude, that's okay, man. I'm fucking happy. Excuse me. I'm happy for you. Guys, not everybody has to be the love of our life. I mean, geez. We know this. Sometimes people are put in our lives to help us move on from other people and to give us perspective. Okay? You're a young guy. I mean, you just graduated high school. Have some fun. Figure out who you are. I know I've told you this before. You have plenty of time to get married. All right? Have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Take some pressure off yourself. And it sounds like you're doing that. I'm happy for you. If anything, it probably reminded you, well, I hope it did, that there's so many people out there that you have yet to meet, and you're so young. Your world is just about to open up, my friend. You just finished high school. Good, man. Doesn't it feel empowering to get your happiness from you? It's also going to help you it's also going to help you get laid when you're in that energy. Sorry, that felt irresponsible to say to an 18-year-old, but um I know, man. I know. I mean, Herson, you met me like right when I started this show. I mean, guys, for everybody who doesn't know me, I started this show because I had in November, I almost died. I had a near death experience. I came like inches away from like from literally getting smashed into a million pieces by a car. And my 1-year-old puppy Uma didn't make it. She was right behind me, and I watched her get hit by a car going 50, and she like died in my arms. Um, and then over a 10-day period after that, I started having dreams that came true, which ended up leading me to discovering that my girlfriend had a husband and was cheating on me. I lost my job, and I just feel like it was the universe trying to like shake me awake. Um, and that's how I got into tarot. You know, that's why I named this show White Dog after my puppy Uma, who is gigantic. She was a year old. She was already 100 pounds. She was like the cutest thing ever. But um, I think about her every day. Sometimes I still cry when I think about her. You know, it took a really long time to heal from that and forgive myself and to forgive the guy who did it. You know, I learned a lot about myself over those 10 days. I also promised myself I'd never hurt somebody ever again because I like really hurt the guy who hit my dog, and I felt horrible about it after. I was so disconnected from who I was before I started doing tarot, and you know I walked away from like a job that paid a lot of money. I mean, I was making over 100 grand a year to do this for free, and it was hard to explain to people why. Um, but I just felt like this is what I needed to be doing. Um, and I have no idea how I learned to read cards. It's like it's like sitting at a piano and just knowing how to play, kind of. You know, I just look at it, it makes sense to me. I mean, I've always been intuitive. I just chose to ignore it for most of my life. But her son, I know what you're going through, man. Pets are our best friends. They're our spirit animals. Your cat's still with you. Hey, Lisa. Great to see you. Helga, what do we want to pull cards on for you? And then we're gonna pull some cards for my new friend. Jasmine. Yeah. Well, there you go, man. Let's see what Helga needs to know. All right, guys. I just realized it's almost 5. I forgot I got in my friends are having an art show, and I told them I would go. So let's make an official list right now. So we have Helga, Daniel, Jasmine, and Hersan. I'd love to get you on for a phone reading. I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna try to. Well, not try. Sorry, I don't want to come off like an alcoholic because I really don't drink that much. I don't like pulling tarot if I've had more than 2 beers. I've just never tried it. I don't. I need to be completely normal. So I'm gonna do another stream later tonight, guys, too, and we'll get Hersan on. And if I don't get to you, um, yeah, I'd love to have anyone on who wants a phone reading. That's why I started this show, to do something different than everything else on YouTube, because I don't know, it just kind of felt boring trying to do the same exact show as everybody else. So, I mean, this is my show, this is my whole show, what we're doing. Um, so, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and you can set the little notification on my channel so you know when I'm streaming. Okay, Helga, let's see what's going on. Helga, I'm just gonna pull 2 cards for you for quick advice. This is mean. Helga, this is intense. I don't really know what to make of this. I'm getting like a partnership that's either transforming or ending. Could be around work. I'm also getting new friends coming in that you feel more aligned with. And I'm getting a lot of soul searching right now. I know you wanted a love reading, but I just have to, I can't really direct it at love because, I mean, how, you know, I mean, how much of a bummer would it be if you're like, is love coming in? And I was like, no. Guys, sometimes love just isn't like right around the corner or in the energy at the moment. There's nothing wrong with that. That's real life. And if somebody tells you constantly that there is, that's fucking crazy. We know that's not how real life works. We know that. It's okay to be optimistic and hopeful. What the hell's going on? All right. Helga, you have some really big things happening within you. I feel like there's a huge transformation, like this inner strength that you're starting to find. It feels like a whole rebirth. And I think you're going to get invited to something that's going to be really fun. Like a social gathering that you weren't expecting. All right, one more card for advice. Helga, I wish I could spend more time on this, hun. Come back and we could try to pull cards again. Something really new and exciting is happening for you. This is so intense. I feel like I could spend 30 minutes on this. I'm going to take a picture so I can relitigate this later when I see you again. Because guys, sometimes when I pull cards on you, I remember all of you through all of your readings. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I'll like go through it in my head and I'll find something new that I might have not seen. I want to look at this later. There's a lot happening. I'm sorry I can't really dive too deep into this right now. Feels like a boss figure. If you're not working, this could be a relationship. If you are working, it looks fucking amazing and it's going to help transform you and give you a lot of new opportunities. So take from that what you can, and we can talk about it later. I'm gonna think on it some more. Um okay, who's next? And guys, I have to go kind of quick. It's so great to meet everybody new, by the way. Jasmine, are you still with us? Bye, Helga. So good to see you, as usual. Okay, who's next? Who's still here? Jasmine, if you're still with us, yeah, for anybody new, please feel free to connect with me on Instagram, so we can stay in touch. Um, Jasmine, I can pull one or two really quick cards for you, just because as a thank you, because it's so nice to meet you. I love seeing new faces. It means a lot to me. Um, and yeah, if anybody ever wants a private reading off air, just email me or connect with me on Instagram. They're listed in my video description. Um, Jasmine, what did you want me to pull cards on, hon? Hopefully, is there any like specific questions? Or you want me to just find out what your secret powers and hidden strengths are? You are? Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, can we give Jasmine a big hug? I'm so sorry, Jasmine. Well, just remember what I said. Just because we're having a bad day doesn't mean we're having a bad life. Hey, we love you. We care about you here at the White Dog Collective. All right? And I do. All right? You're not alone. All right? I know what it feels like to be down. I have those days too. It's tough to pull ourselves out of that energy. You know, can I tell you what helped for me? And I know a lot of people don't enjoy reading. There's so many amazing books on like higher consciousness, like ways of thinking that really help me a lot in ways that I can't even express. Um, you know, so you're not alone. Let's see what's going on with you. Jasmine, do you have Instagram? Let's stay in touch on Instagram, all right? We'll have to do a long, we'll get you on the show for a phone reading. I do actually. I do have a book, and it's really short and easy to read. I read it in like a day. There's a lot of stuff that really I think will help. It's called The Four Agreements. It's really easy to read. There's a lot of really beautiful things in there that I think I'd be shocked if you didn't come away feeling like at least a little bit different. It's really easy to read. It's so short. It's such a beautiful book. The Four Agreements. Yeah, just Google it. It's probably at your library too. Or if you don't like to read Audible. Um I prefer reading because I can read a little bit quicker than Audible, but um I can't tell you what it did for me. Like when I picked it up last week, because I was feeling the same way. Let's see. Hmm. That's so funny that came out. Page of Wands is all about enthusiasm. Like, this is a very spiritual page. It's about, like, he's always in search of, like, something beyond him. Like, it's like a soul purpose. Like, thinking more long term about, like, his passions, his spiritual path. This is really interesting that this showed up for you. Wow. Jasmine, I think you being confident about exploring new ways to like fill up your own cup, so to speak, that's what's going to bring in this like emotional fulfillment for you. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to bring in a lot more than that. I mean, guys, we are always at our best, and we always are looking our best to others when we feel happy within who we are. And just remember, we're in control of our lives. It takes more energy to feel sad and exhausted or anxious than it does to feel like hopeful or excited. You know, I know a lot of tarot can be about future projecting. I mean, one of the most basic principles of like really finding and operating from a place of higher consciousness is learning to be present and live in the here and now, to not focus on like the dead past or like the imagined future that hasn't even happened yet. And I'm not a finished product either. It's hard, it's life. But when you start to get that way, you be present in the here and now, even if you have to tell yourself, and think about things that you are grateful for. You know, being grateful that you have $100 in your bank account rather than only having 100. Being grateful you have a bed to sleep in. You have a friend who truly cares about you. You have a dog who looks at you with adoration every morning. You know, practicing gratitude is the easiest way to bring in blessings. And I'm not saying that from a superficial place. I'm saying that from experience. I've watched things in my life change significantly by real commitment to being present and practicing that. And when I start to get upset or fearful, acknowledging it, trying to figure out why, where it's coming from, and not letting that rule my here and now. Danielle, it's so nice to meet you. I'm actually just about to head out. I have somewhere to go. I'm so sorry to run off on you. I'm Stefan. I'd love to help you out and pull cards for you later. I'm actually going to be streaming later tonight, and I'd love to have you on for a phone reading. Um, and if you want to connect off air, I can let you know when I'm going to be streaming again. Yeah, everybody, if you guys want to stay in touch, I'm on Instagram. You can message me and say hi. It's the White Dog Tarot. And it's so great to meet everybody new. And if anybody wants a private reading off air, just email me or connect with me on Instagram. Jasmine, I'm here for you. All right. We love you. You got so much of your life ahead of you. Okay. I mean, damn, guys, I spent most of my 20s traveling. I've been to places in Africa where people didn't even have running water, you know, didn't even have food to eat. I mean, it puts it into perspective how fucking lucky some of us are. And pain is beautiful. Like, I mean, sometimes sitting with pain, there's something like real and visceral about that. A lot of people aren't even lucky enough to feel real pain like that. They're just so numb. You know, they never really experience any of like the highs or the lows. You know, there's something really beautiful about sitting with that pain or loneliness and understanding where it comes from. Jasmine, check out that book. I really think you might enjoy it. However you want to read it. Um, I really do. The Four Agreements. And for everybody, I will see you guys back a little bit later tonight. Cancerian, I'm sorry. I'm actually just about to head out. You're in you're in Africa? That's so cool. Where, Jasmine? I used to live in Cape Verde. Do you know where that is? It's off the coast of Senegal. Yeah, I used to live there a long time ago, but technically it's Africa. I mean, it's an island, but all right. Funny story before we go. I hope this cheers you up. I know that Jasmine knows about Cape Verde. Most people do not. It's a very small country. It's not a tourist place. And you can only fly to Cape Verde from one place in the United States on the East Coast out of Boston. Nobody goes to Cape Verde. So I went because my friend had a business there. When I flew there, I remember I got to the airport, I got to the terminal, and in the terminal, like people waiting to board, it was just like, I mean, it was like 150 Cape Verdeans and me, Stefan, with his, his tattoos, his cut off t shirt. And I'll never forget the look on the flight attendant's face when I handed her my ticket to get on the plane. And she looked at me and looked at the ticket and she goes, "You sure?" Like she was concerned that I might have been getting on the wrong flight. It was, I found it funny. She's like, "You sure? You sure this is the right flight?" Anyway, all right. I love all you guys. It's so great to meet all the new faces tonight. And I'll be streaming again soon. Yeah, maybe I'll see you guys later tonight. So if not tomorrow. And again, you guys can stay in touch with me on Instagram. You can message me or you can email me. So, all right, bye guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening if I don't see you later.